Oh man, excited to be here today. Beautiful day, beautiful Friday, opening night for the Charlotte Knights here with special guest Dan Rajkowski. And just shout out to Graham Street Pub hosting us on their beautiful rooftop. And Dan, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Lee. It's great to see you. Great to be with you guys. Opening day, sunshine. Couldn't ask for anything better. We're sitting here at our friends next door at Graham Street Pub.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And as a baseball guy, I'm always excited for opening night. I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, now a Charlotte Knights fan, now that I've been here for 17 years.
Oh, well.
And I knew you said you've been here for 20 years.
That's correct, yeah, 20 years.
And how many years with the Charlotte Knights?
Well, 20 with the Knights.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going on my 43rd opening day.
Wow.
And they never get old. You know, I mean, if you've been in the baseball world, as you said, there's just something so very special about it. When you get players, you walk up and they got the big flag in the outfield, and you got the players standing on the line. There's just something really special about that.
Yeah, that's so cool. So tell us a little bit about the Charlotte Knights for people that don't know much about last season, the off season, this upcoming season. You know, tell us what the organization's been through a little bit from that transition period.
Well, you know, we're affiliated with the Chicago White Sox, so we're their AAA affiliate, the highest level for them. Last year was challenging on the field, I would be honest with you, but that is a result of players being called up. We're a feeder system for the Major League team. And with that, we had over 300 player moves. So you can imagine 150 games, wow. 2 players every day are going up or down. And that's excessive, but that's the way that it is. Turning to 2026, well, 2025, we have a festival called Light the Knights Festival, which we put this a few years ago and put a skating rink, a tube slide out on our field.
Yes.
And it's turned into about 150,000 people tour it in the fall and winter time. So we're activating Truist Field year round, and then roll the clock forward to 2026, which is, you know, exciting to be at a point where we are. We just got our players here 36 hours ago. I don't even know what they look like. You know, seen them a little bit working out. So we'll get a chance firsthand to see them tonight, which I think is going to be really special.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that minors experience of, you know, your goal of your players isn't to keep them necessarily, it's to move them up.
That's right.
And you guys, single A, triple A, double A?
Yeah, we're the triple A level of them. And so there's 4 different levels. Single A, slow, what they call it, faster A, double A, and triple A. And as we sit here, we feed the Major League team, so they're directly underneath it. And we've been with the White Sox 20 years. And our players, you'll see tonight, if you're out there, you'll see 3 first-round picks, 11 guys returning from last year's team, some new faces that haven't been in the organization. They picked up free agent guys in the offseason. But, you know, our business is about entertainment, and it's about what happens oftentimes outside the lines. That's my role, and my team's role is to do the promotional type things. When you see that there's fireworks after a game, or if you come and there's bark in the ballpark and you can bring your dog, or we're doing a lot of different things to entertain you outside it, because sometimes the game, familiar with the game, doesn't always move the way we want it to move.
Absolutely.
So in between innings, it's really important to activate.
Yeah, what's really cool is you've created this year-round community that continues to engage with the stadium, with the Knights. And for myself, I'm not a baseball guy. I enjoy the experience and the community that when you bring people together, you get to have that really unique experience at the Knights Stadium.
Soccer guy over here.
Yeah, that's me.
Look at this is a great city for sports.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate that we have next door Charlotte FC and the Carolina Panthers. We've got the Hornets down the road, and then all the other teams, that the Ascent and the Checkers, and we fit into that mold. We're your summer entertainment for families, and we fit into that niche a little bit. It's important that all of our sports teams are involved in this community,
right?
And giving back. You know, athletes are, you know, some people have different feelings towards it as you talk about community, but we're charged to be giving back to the community, and we do that through Charlotte Knights charities in a number of different ways throughout the year, but both our athletes and our front office staff. And so through charities, we give back a lot of funds, but we also donate of our time. We think that's really important.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I know you guys are all about community and impact. Do you want to highlight any of those great nonprofits or charities that you do really align with?
Sure. Well, probably the first and foremost, and I'm on the board of ambassadors, is the Levine Children's Hospital. It's near and dear to us. Really a special place of need in this community.
Absolutely.
So we tie very closely with a lot of the schools through education days, and we have 2 of those this year during the day where children from all areas of life, whether it's a Title I school or anywhere, is coming to enjoy a ball game, and they might not necessarily get that opportunity.
Yeah.
We do a program called Fields for Our Future, which we rebuild baseball fields. We do that once a year.
Oh, really?
Our staff and grounds crew and partners go in there and just totally revamp a field. And that's just one of many things. We have a week of giving in which we find local nonprofits that are in need of funds, and we do that. And we have a 12 days of Givemas where we do it around the holiday time. So I could list them on and on. It's really important for us to do that as a company and as a team, and make that impact year round, not just at the holiday time.
That's really cool. I guess I'm trying to think, because during the season you obviously have to manage operations of the actual team, the stadium, everything that's going on, versus the off season where you can be more focused with some of these initiatives and community building. How do you balance that? And is it just like a constant balancing act throughout the entire calendar year, or what's the off season look like different than the in-season community building?
Well, it starts with having a great staff.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. We have one of the larger ones in AAA baseball, and they work year-round. And this year-round entertainment venue is a direct result of COVID. If you can go back 6 years ago, I can't believe it's 6, we were sitting around looking at each other when I'm letting my staff go, and we're not playing baseball, and I got a building that we own. So it's not like we go to a landlord for them to fix something, they come to me.
Yeah.
And no revenue coming in, we found ways to do it, and we just started with merely opening our building and doing some things, 6 feet social distancing. We were talking about today, we had disc golf in our outfield. We had the symphony, we had graduations where you were social distance out. We just found creative ways to just activate the building. And as a result, 5 years later, we've gone from Christmas trees on our concourse, as I mentioned earlier, to a full-size skating rink. We had a minor league hockey game here, which was the first minor league hockey game in the Southeast. Yeah, we did that 2 or 3 years ago. We have skating for kids in the morning, the tube slide. It's just...
And that was fun. I went, and I'm not a kid, but I got to act with that childlike energy. It was a great time. Well, you guys have done amazing with that.
Well, it's a part of what it's what we do. It's also a directive of ownership, is to making sure that we activate it. You know, baseball, 75 nights games is good. Some of the other things that we're doing this year, Savannah Bananas, people have kind of heard of those guys a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Their teams will be coming in for 3 days in June.
Cool.
Prior to that, every other year we have the ACC Baseball Championship.
Yeah.
So we'll have 17 games in 6 days. Then we're doing Cosmic Baseball, which is fairly new. They play it all the dark and neon type thing. It's really kind of interesting. So you can imagine my staff really loves me because we have baseball games and events going on all the time. But it's a testament to them. They really are very committed to being here.
Man, really cool. And I guess so many amazing things happening this season. But here we are on opening night. Tell us, what's it feel like from the inside?
Well, you know, it's just so special. I said I've been doing this a long time. No two are alike. But there's something great about seeing people coming in for the first day. The joy that they have, the way that we create entertainment. You know, there'll be a band that'll be there. I mentioned earlier, we've got a little bit of a fan fest going outside it. Just creating a buzz around the building that it just brings people in the right spirit. You know, we started this conversation off with we play 150 games. We don't control the winning and losing. What do we control? And we control the experience. And I think that's what we can do. That's what I charge my staff with, is saying from the minute you walk in to the minute you leave, particularly when you leave, we don't want them to know whether we won or lost. We just want them to know they had a good time. And that's so important, because when you don't win, it's unlike the major league sports level.
For sure.
Our friends next door, when you lose, it's a whole week. They got to marinate and hear the media, and it's just not that way. We play every day for the most part. So, you strap it on, you play again tomorrow. And kind of a simple way to look at it, but
the experience that you guys have, it's unreal. It's different, especially with the skyline right there in the background. I mean, I don't know any stadiums. Joel, you're the baseball guy. You probably know more stadiums that could replicate this. I mean, you can't have a bad experience.
Especially AAA. This is unreal. I do love PNC Park in Pittsburgh. I've been to 16 stadiums across the country. Well, at least professional stadiums, and you count, a few minor league stadiums. And I remember when you guys were in Fort Mill
Yeah.
because my buddy, I got out of college and I chose not to continue to play baseball. He went and he was in the minors for like 5 years and he played down here. And I remember we went and watched him.
You and 5 other people, right?
Me and a bunch of my buddies. Yeah.
It was tough. It was a tough go down there.
And I think there was maybe 500 people at the game.
Yeah.
But after the game, we went uptown here and we went and played pool all night. And he's like, man, just one day I made it to AAA. Like, I'm going to get the call. And literally 3 days later, he got the call from that night. I was like driving to Fayetteville for some work experience. And I was like, no way. And then within a couple years from that was like, I think 2013 maybe.
Yeah.
And when did you guys move uptown?
That was our last year, was 13.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we moved up here in 14. I was heavily involved in the process of selecting this site. There were 5 sites in the study, and I wasn't even working here at that time. I was working for another team from my owner, and came and just looked at these sites, and I've often told this story. I got to this one, I parked on the side of 3rd Street at that time. And there was a street going right through the middle of this, and it was grass and it was parking, and I just stood out there and I kind of envisioned where home plate would be, and I looked at that skyline. And I said, this is it. You know, the other places were great, but I go, this is it. And when it was privately funded, we could make that decision. Oftentimes, you're told where you have to go through an elected body, city or county. This was our money, and it really turned into just something special. And I was talking this morning about it. Someone said the skyline. And I said, the only one that I know of that's really creative and nice is Pittsburgh. Yeah. I said that. To look out, see the water, see the city. But this is very close to it, and just creates it when the sun goes down and the towers light up, particularly when you're at the holiday time, red, white, and blue. You see all the banks, all of them lit up, and it's second to none. I love coming to work here every day.
That's amazing. And do you have anything in like April upcoming? Is there specific nights or events that you guys are hosting that you would like to highlight and showcase?
Well, I think this weekend particularly, of course, tonight if you can't make it, and I know this is going live or whatever. Tomorrow night we've got a game at 6:35. We've got a drone show afterwards.
Oh, really?
New type of promotion. Sunday we have a family day. We play in the afternoon. We used to have kids run the bases. That's standard. Now we're transitioning it to everybody runs the bases.
Oh.
You've heard adults who are saying, why can't I run it? And
how many hammies we pulling out there this weekend?
Make sure we're signing waivers for all that stuff. But just a lot of excitement. I mentioned some of the staples. You know, every Friday night you're going to come and see fireworks. You're going to see Bark in the Park. You're going to see, Salute to Charlotte Sports. Just a number of nights. Pretty much every night that you're here, you're going to see something going on.
Yeah.
And that's a part of the promotion of minor league baseball. That's what all the teams do, and we're no different. We try to really focus on that.
Part of the promotion and the experience, right? And creating that unique experience depending on what day it is. So we're going to see some fireworks tonight.
You're going to see some fireworks. Keep the rain away, all that. It's going to be a beautiful night. We'll see fireworks, and hopefully some great baseball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
I'm curious. I think one of my last curiosities to ask you, Dan, is obviously you guys are so committed to the experience, to community building. How do you think about, like, within the game, engaging fans, whether they're baseball fans or not baseball fans? Like, how do you think about fan engagement as part of that overall experience?
Great question, and really something that my staff is committed to this year. It's the entertainment experience within the game, activating the experience with our fans during the game. Contest selection, music selections, the explosion of what you guys are doing and what social media is doing. And it's expected in many of these sports venues, especially baseball, with 18 breaks, 19 breaks, you're getting these breaks. You got to be keeping them engaged.
For sure.
And so our team does a wonderful job of it. More so energized this year than last year. It's really keeping people engaged all the time, and that's through using your phone. That's doing contests. We spent well over $4 million last year on technology in the building, new production room, always constantly upgrading the ability. You can imagine on any given night there's 7,000 or 8,000 people on their phone at the same time inside our building, which I didn't realize how much that technology costs to make sure that you're able to get these signals and be able to do this. But it's what the younger generation of the fan base that we're hitting, and Charlotte is clearly a melting pot of all different demographic and some people all over the country. But Truist Field has been a collecting point for a lot of the younger generation that are living in these towers uptown, and the immediacy of what they want to do and the content and how they want to get it, exactly what you guys are doing. That's how our business is shifting. The old days of, standard advertising and marketing, those are basically gone, and that wasn't too far long ago. That was 5 years ago. We were looking at a, 80-20, static advertising, billboard, et cetera, to the complete flip, where it's, and now 20% of what we're doing, and that's just...
The problem is these things, we got endless entertainment, endless dopamine right here. So you have to find ways to keep their attention, right? Like
it is, and we find, our social media team is wonderful, and just being able to create content, and most often the most watched or looked at content really isn't about the players. It's about showing a picture of somebody with bringing in a St. Bernard dog, and they're posting it, and the fireworks, and they're posting that, and the unique things, the drone shows, they post it, and that's where we're the following, and that's where we're getting the attention.
Yeah. Tapping in the community a little bit, making people feel seen and belong.
Right. And it's immediate, and then that's, like I said, that's changed. And I'm fortunate. That wasn't the generation I grew up in, but it's the generation that I better figure out how to connect with, or I'll get left behind. And that's hopefully I'm smart enough to do that and get those people engaged. And it's really fascinating to look at it.
You certainly are, especially if you bring in all of the different and correct collaborators to really help bring that out. So maybe a fun collaboration brewing here for live experiences, entertainment, and community building.
Yeah, sounds great. Look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Dan, thanks so much for coming in today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Great talking to you guys. Great meeting you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Dan, thanks.
Go Knights. Friday night
Go
versus
Knights.
the Durham Bulls. Boo.